So which way will the pendulum swing as the President, Ramaphosa, his fate is hanging in the balance? The governing party this afternoon still holding a special National Executive Committee meeting at Nasrec in Soweto, discussing the Phala Phala farm theft report and, of course, the party's approach ahead of tomorrow's parliamentary debate. On that story, tracking developments for us this hour is our senior reporter Siphamandla Goge at Nasrec. It looks like the rain has stopped there as well, just like here in Hyde Park, just drizzling here and there. And we are hopeful, Siphamandla, good afternoon again, that the NEC will be able to wrap things up today ahead of tomorrow's parliamentary debate over this whole issue of Phala Phala. So for now, we know that they are meeting. The president had to recuse himself, and the party is planning its approach for the parliamentary debate tomorrow.
Yes, indeed, especially because after Johannesburg for the ANC, after this Nasrec meeting, things move to Cape Town. That's where the battle will be tomorrow. Opposition political parties are not giving in. They want this debate, and they are hopeful and they are positive that actually they will get the majority of the votes. But the ANC is adamant that, hang on, that's not going to happen. We are going to tell our forces for now, on the basis of what the National Working Committee has resolved, that when they get to Parliament, they must vote against the adoption of that Section 89 panel report, and therefore they must take their cue from the governing party, the caucus of the ANC. All the members must follow one direction, one line. But all of that is dependent on the recommendation and the resolution of the NWC being endorsed and accepted, affirmed by the National Executive Committee of the governing party. This is the highest decision-making body in between conferences. Whatever the officials of the ANC would have discussed, sent to the National Working Committee, which met yesterday, and then the NEC has a right to adopt that or reject that, come up with a new resolution which will guide ANC members and give them the marching orders to say, when the time comes for you to vote, this is how you're going to vote. There are two things that will happen really here. It's either the NEC will accept a recommendation of the NWC that this report on Section 89 panel is flawed, as President Cyril Ramaphosa has argued, and is taking it on review, or they will say, we accept that, but we feel that this scandal is further hurting the image of the ANC, which is already dented, so therefore we feel that the president should resign. Or they could say, we still have confidence in our deployee, that is ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa. He must continue with his political responsibilities as the President of the Republic of South Africa. So therefore, when this gets to Parliament, members of the ANC must close ranks and defend him.
And we're going to have to wait and see if that's going to happen. But also, there is a whole issue on the legislature not allowing for a secret ballot voting tomorrow. Nosiviwe Mapisa Ngakula, the speaker, who's also a member of the ANC's NEC, saying to the ATM, no, it's going to be a transparent process. But we know that the ANC has got the numbers, Siphamandla.
Absolutely, they do have the numbers. It's something that Pule Mabe spoke about earlier on when we asked him for a reaction after the speaker rejected that request by the ATM. Pule Mabe saying opposition political parties have a tendency of wanting to push for secret ballots. They are hoping to get majority, yet they do not have the electoral mandate and support. They do not have that majority. We are hoping to interview the Speaker of the National Assembly. We have put through a request for an interview as soon as this meeting adjourns. Would like to engage her on that, as well as Pemi Majodina, who will have to be marshalling ANC forces in Parliament today. And they do not have time because most of the members that are inside the NEC meeting have to travel to Cape Town. That can only happen this evening or tomorrow morning, because that parliamentary process cannot wait for ANC party politics to conclude, so therefore it can get underway. The ANC is running out of time. The ANC members across South Africa are anxiously waiting to hear what is the outcome of this NEC meeting. The people of South Africa, whom the ANC is the governing party in this country, are also waiting to hear what will be the outcome. The sooner that outcome is communicated, the better. But the ANC will always come up with a technicality to say, we are dealing with our own internal party processes. Do not rush us. We will communicate if and when we we are ready. But this time around, there is a deadline, and tomorrow they need to be in Parliament to go and communicate that message to their caucus. After the meeting, the caucus will be briefed. Paul Mashatile, the Treasurer General of the ANC, will then brief members of the media about the outcome. And ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, I'm told that he's following these discussions that are taking place, hoping for a positive and favorable outcome, because earlier on he had to be recused. He did attend the meeting, made a very brief presentation and remarks, and left the meeting because it's debating and discussing his political future. He felt that he needs to give them time to debate freely without being there and intimidating them. There were people who were really angry with him when he did not attend the Friday meeting. He said he was consulting with some people. Others asked, who is he consulting? Because he had not briefed the officials of the ANC, the National Working Committee and the NEC. So they were angered by his actions. Hence, yesterday he attended the NWC meeting. Today he attended the NEC meeting. He has been recused from both those meetings. But this is what Phala Phala had to say about that recusal.
We had our National Working Committee meeting yesterday. The President attended that working committee meeting, presented his own political overview, and requested to be recused upon conclusion. The National Working Committee, in its own wisdom, agreed that he should be recused because discussion around the Section 28 report revolved around the person of the President as well. And as is practice in the ANC, when reports are being discussed, which deals with a comrade, an individual cadre, we usually allow them to be recused from such, so that discussions could happen openly, fairly, and all of that. You know, without people being worried that I'm unable to say this because Pule is in the meeting. So we've done it before with others, so that we do not create an impression that there were separate conditions created for the President of the African National Congress.
The ANC's national spokesperson, Phala Phala, ending that update from Nasrec from our senior reporter, Siphamandla Goge.